everybody, it's Roxanne from Champion of My Heart, and I decided that I needed to do a relaxation protocol video because I get a lot of questions about the files that are available on our site that people use because it just makes it easier to do the protocol. And so I thought I would go through it a little bit with Clover. She will be 8 this spring. And I did the protocol with her when she was a puppy because I think it's good foundation for all dogs, no matter their temperament, no matter their potential behavior challenges or whatever. And so we started working on this when she was little. I've not done it in a while, so I have no idea how it's going to go with her as my demo dog today. But I will show you. Hello, baby. I will show you. So she is working on her mat that she, obviously understands going to place and being on her mat. I'm using Cheerios. They're actually quite stale, but they're small enough for the protocol that that they work well. So I often just use Cheerios, but you can use small treats or whatever. Ideally not something that's going to get the dog overexcited because you want them to mellow as this goes on. But that's what I'm using, so Cheerios. So what we're going to do, I'm going to turn on day 1 of the protocol on my laptop over here. You might be able to hear the different tasks, but you will see sort of how I do this. Notice, how I turn my body away from her a little bit. I, kind of keep my gaze down, almost like I'm looking at her feet or something rather than directly at her. I try to keep a relatively neutral facial expression, maybe with a little bit of a smile. I don't want to be too intense or anything. I try to use a lower, softer tone of voice when I'm praising her, giving her treats and stuff. So anyway, those are just some basics here, but we're going to give it a try. We've not done this in a while, so I have no idea how she's going to do, but we will give it a try. So let's put our Cheerios over here. And I will turn on day 1 of the protocol. Can you get on your nest? Back it up all the way. Thank you. You'll notice I'm going to do this, hopefully you can see me. I'm going to let her choose to either sit or lay down. If you're being very strict about it, it is a sit. It is a held sit. If you're being very strict about it, you also get the dog up in between each task and have them sit again. There's something about the repetition that really helps if you're using this for specific behavioral reasons. But anyway, so we're going to give this a try.
New relaxation protocol, day 1. Sit for 2 seconds. Time.
Good girl.
Sit for 5 seconds. Time.
Good girl. 1, 2, 3. Good girl.
Sit while you count out loud to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sit while you count out loud to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sit while you clap your hands softly once. Sit while you count out loud to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sit while you count out loud to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sit while you count out loud to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sit while you count out loud to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sit while you count out loud to 20.
Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good girl.
While you take 3 steps to the right and return. Sit while you clap your hands softly twice. Sit for 3 seconds. Time. Sit for 5 seconds. Time.
Good girl.
Sit while you take 1 step back and return. Sit for 3 seconds. Time. Sit for 10 seconds. Time. Sit for 5 seconds. Time. Sit for 3 seconds. Time. Good job, you're done.
Very good girl, Clover. All right, so that went pretty well. I apologize, didn't realize that there was a dog bark in that day's recording. I might have to redo that. I'm sorry if that's been throwing people off when they work with their dogs. So you can see what that looked like. Clover obviously did very well. She stayed put the entire time. And again, we've done this before, and she is almost 8, and we are in our very own kitchen, so certainly not a stressful environment for her at all. But for those of you who knew our original canine heroine, Lily, who was off the charts fearful, required 2 behavioral medications twice a day, every day, just to cope with daily life in general. So that's when I started doing the relaxation protocol, was for her, because she just had such a hard time, getting through life in the modern world as a very sensitive, fearful dog. So Clover is not that. She is, much more on the normal canine behavior scale. I might go grab Stix, my youngest dog, and try to do a little bit of this with him, just to show you the difference with a dog who's never really done this before. I did a little bit of work with him back when he was originally our foster puppy, but he hasn't done it in a while, and he is kind of hilarious. So that may be a very different experience. So give me just a second. I will reset, and we'll see how Stix does on just a couple of things, okay? Stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to try this again, the relaxation protocol, day 1, just a little bit of it. This is my youngest dog, Mr. Stix. He will be, that's Clover barking, because she knows that I'm working with him and not her now. Stix will be 4 later this year, I think, if I'm doing my math right. And again, I have done this a little bit with him when he was a puppy, but that was quite a while ago. And so I've not done it, and I have no idea how he will do. So let's take a look. He does know, nest. So can you lay down, buddy? Not for you, bud. Not for you. Can you lay down? All the way? Thank you. All the way down, bud. So the thing with Stix is because of his injuries when he was a puppy, Clover, enough. We don't ask him to sit because it's actually kind of difficult for him. He had fractured hips when he was a puppy. So I am going to ask him to lay down. Can you lay down, bud? All the way down. All the way down. Good boy. Good boy. You stay there. You stay there. Okay? We're going to do just a little bit of this, okay? Lay down, bud. Good boy. All the way down, bud. Good boy. Good boy.
Sit for 2 seconds. Time.
Good boy.
Sit for 5 seconds.
Oops. There you go, bud.
Time.
Good boy.
Sit for 10 seconds.
Boy. Good boy.
Sit while you take 1 step back and then return.
Good boy.
Sit while you take 2 steps back and then return.
Okay, so see, he just broke there. 2 steps back was too much for him.
5 seconds.
Hold on, I'm going to pause that. So that 2 steps back was a little too hard on him. Now, it's entirely possible that he's just not comfortable, because this mat is not very, doesn't have much padding or anything. So, I'm going to go ahead and repeat that, right? He's a good boy. He just came back and laid down of his own volition, right? He made that decision. Good boy. Very good boy. So rather than work with the recording, I'm just going to do a couple of the exercises. So, right, what he broke initially, what just made him break and get up, was taking 2 steps back. 1, 2, 1, 2. See? And that time he was fine. Now let's see, what was one of the other exercises, counting out loud. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? He stays for that, so he's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Maybe counting to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good boy. Right? One of the other exercises, clapping once. Good boy. So you'll notice I'm praising him more than I did Clover because he's a younger dog, a less experienced dog. But, you can see that he's handling all this pretty well. Good boy. Good boy. There are other exercises in the later relaxation protocol days, like jog in place for 5 seconds. So, let's see. I have no idea how he'll do. Perfect. Good boy. Right? I'm not sure how he'll do with this, but one of the other exercises is typically, can you walk all the way around them? Will they stay if you walk around them? And he does. So he gets a treat. So, you can do it, even with a dog who's never done it before. He has, so it's not completely unknown to him. But, we haven't done it in a long time. So, and as you can see, he's a very happy little dude. So that is, I think, all I wanted to show for today. Happy to answer any other questions or do any other videos if it would be helpful for people. If you have specific questions about specific tasks, I'm happy to set them up and show you with my own dogs. But thanks so much for your time and attention. Take care.